Hello everyone and welcome back to ImTechnos. In today's video, we are going to understand what Amazon Bedrock agents are, explained in a simple and practical way, along with a small hands-on demo. So let's start with a simple scenario. Imagine you are building an AI assistant for your company. This assistant should answer AWS related questions, follow company rules, avoid harmful or irrelevant responses, behave consistently for every user because even AWS related questions are not always safe. For example, a user might ask, how can I disable AWS CloudTrail so my actions are not logged? Although this is an AWS related question, answering it directly would violate security best practices and company policies. To prevent this, you can't allow the AI to respond freely. You need fixed and managed prompts to ensure safe, consistent, and policy compliant responses. If you use a foundation model directly, achieving this level of control becomes difficult. That's where Amazon Bedrock agents come into the picture. Amazon Bedrock agents allow you to build an AI assistant with rules. Instead of directly talking to a foundation model, you interact with an agent. Internally, the agent uses a foundation model, but it follows the instructions you define. So based on these instructions, the agent decides how to respond, controls the output, and ensures safe and predictable behavior. Think of it like this. Model is the intelligence. It knows the information. Agent is a supervision layer. It controls how that information is shared. If you want responses to be delivered in a controlled and governed way, you need rules. And that is exactly what an Amazon Bedrock agent provides. So how does it work at a high level? Let's understand this step by step. First, the user asks a question. That question is received by the agent. Next, the agent checks the instructions you provided, the rules and boundaries you defined. Then the agent invokes the foundation model internally. Finally, the agent returns a controlled and safe response back to the user. So the important point to remember here is you're not calling the model directly. AWS, through the agent, manages the model invocation for you. Now let's move on to the hands-on demo and see how we can create an Amazon Bedrock agent using the AWS Management Console. I'm in the AWS Management Console and I'm using North Virginia region, which is US East 1. In the search bar, type Amazon Bedrock and select it from the results. On the left-hand navigation menu, under Build, you will see Agents. Click on Agents and then click Create Agent. Now you will be asked to provide some basic details. For the agent name, enter AWS Assistant Agent. For the description, enter an AWS Assistant Agent that answers AWS related questions clearly and safely. And click Create. You are now on the Agent Builder page where you can see the agent name and the description you just entered. Next, for the agent execution role, select Create and use a new service role. Since we don't have one, AWS will automatically create and manage this role for us. So this makes it easier, especially for beginners. Now scroll to the model selection. Here select it and choose Amazon Nova Pro, then click Apply. We are choosing Amazon Nova Pro because it is AWS native model. It integrates easily with Bedrock agents. It is stable, reliable, and perfect for learning and demos. Now let's add instructions for the agent. In the instructions box, enter the following. You are an AWS assistant. Answer AWS related questions clearly and professionally and avoid harmful or unsafe information. So these instructions control how the model behaves and they do not train the model. They simply guide its responses. So for this demo, we are not adding any action groups. Why? Because the foundation model already knows AWS information. So action groups are needed only when the agent must fetch external or live data such as database records, order status, internal APIs, and backend systems. If you add an action group unnecessarily, the agent may try to call an external system even when it doesn't need to. So if that system fails or is misconfigured, the agent can fail even though the model already knows the answer. So for AWS knowledge-based questions, no action group is required. We'll keep all other options as default and click Save. Once the agent is saved successfully, click Prepare. So whenever we make changes to the agent, we need to click Prepare. So prepare means AWS validates the configuration and makes the agent ready to respond. Preparing the agent is mandatory. If you forget this step, the agent will not work. So once you see the confirmation that the agent is saved and prepared, open the test panel on the right-hand side. Now let's test the agent. So the first question is, what is Amazon EC2? So the agent responds by explaining that Amazon EC2 provides a resizable compute capacity in the cloud, similar to virtual machines with networking and security integrations. Now let's ask another question like list AWS certifications. And the agent returns a clear list of AWS certifications. This shows that the agent is responding correctly and consistently to AWS related questions. Now let's talk about some common beginner mistakes. So thinking agents train models. So agents do not train models. They only control behavior using instructions. Adding action groups unnecessarily. If you add action groups when they are not needed, the agent may try to call external systems and fail, even though the model already knows the answer. And overcomplicating the instructions. Long and complex instructions can confuse the agent. So simple and clear instructions work best. Now expecting agents to replace training. So agents do not change model knowledge. Please understand. They only guide how responses are delivered. And forgetting to click prepare. So saving is not enough. You must always click prepare. So the key takeaway is agents control behavior, not model knowledge. Now let's also understand the cost side of using Bedrock agents. Bedrock agents themselves are free. You pay only for the model inference you use it. So keep prompts short while learning and stop testing when you're done. And Amazon Nova models are cost effective for practice and demos. So here is a quick recap. Agents do not train models. Models provide intelligence and agents provide rules, safety, and control, which are perfect for real-world production-ready AI applications. Now let's do a quick cleanup. So go back to the agents in Amazon Bedrock. Select the agent that we just created. Once the agent is selected, click delete. Type delete in the confirmation box and click delete again. So you will see the agent status change to deleting, and after a few seconds, the agent will be completely removed. That's all for today's video. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and happy learning.